everyone, it's Farket here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build the Spiky Boy. This is a wall that is not very good, though the aesthetics of it might please you. It is only effective if you have building destruction mode off. One of the major appealing parts of it is that you can actually stand on the other side and it's perfectly level with the ground. It is very expensive to do, though the mechanic of it is something that might interest you the most. Now I did this on the peninsula because you only have to wall off one side. If you want to put corners on this, it might be a bit messy, though it would be doable. Now first, clear all the effigies because they can disturb the placement of the wall. Next, get the custom foundation out and place it around the middle of where you want the height of the wall to be. The reason I say the middle is that it slopes off at the edge because it is on a hill, so this will help you keep it level. So you start from the middle, then you work your way out to the edge and place it in a shape that's like a long thin piece of wood, and then wrap it all up. Once you've placed it like this, you could probably restart it and just start from the end and you'll save some logs because the back end isn't really needed. And if you've got building destruction mode off, yeah, it's definitely not needed. Though an even cheaper way to do it is to do it with rock walls, and it's to place 4 wide rock walls the extra length way. So it's a bit wider, but it costs the same. And then you put a custom floor on it, and then you manually place it. You could do automatic placement. God, that will take a long time to clear what's already there. So I just did it that way. Once that's all done, you can start placing the defensive wall. This is actually the easy part, surprisingly. So you place it right on the edge, move forward, and you just keep repeating that process over and over and over and over again, which is a bit tedious. It shouldn't take you too long. I found not moving the mouse was the best way to do it, though sometimes that was quite difficult. And building it can also be a bit of a pain. And if you're not doing this on creative mode, it's going to take you a long time because these use up a lot of logs. This half section of the wall is 300 logs. A little bit pricey. That's probably not something I would do in a playthrough. But in some places I did find it quite difficult to place the logs. And if you're wondering if you can turtle sled down it, not really. It's because of the way it's been placed. And you'll see very shortly as to why. Though it can have a good look to it. And you can put a gate on it as well. Though for something like this, and while I was placing them, I was getting attacked, which wasn't fun, because I was actually hitting the custom floor that I was working off. That turned out to be quite annoying, because they ended up destroying it. This would cost you about 700 logs. It's definitely not cheap. As you can see here, they're attacking the wall, and their attacks do go through walls, and the wall was destroyed because they took out the custom floor, which really surprised me because I actually finished the placement on the ground. I don't know why the wall exploded. This is actually quite confusing to me. Now destroy one side and use the other side as a measurement so I could place it again using the custom foundation, what I was going to do originally, because it was a bit easier, because I had to redo it because they destroyed it, bastards. Because this was a bit higher, I had to use a simple stairs to be able to get on top of it. So it's the same thing again. It's a long process of placing them. Now what I was actually doing while building this was I was using the planks of wood on the custom foundation to give myself a guide as to where to place the defensive wall. Because you could mash them all the way together, though it will cost more and it will be more confusing. Though it seems to be the perfect length to use planks of wood on the custom foundation. This part here, I added a rock wall as an automatic placement, and then I could add a custom floor on top, and I accidentally forgot to clear the rock wall. I'm just like, oh, why? But I could use it as a stepping thing from the top of the wall. I've been spending a fair bit of time trying to figure out how I can get defensive walls to level with the ground a little bit more easier, though it's proving to be quite difficult. Even with rock walls, I spawned in some enemies to test the defense capabilities of it, and I had to build another set of stairs, because, you know, you're going up higher and higher. This is a problem with it. The walls have invisible areas that you can't shoot through. If these invisible parts weren't there, this would probably be quite a great defense, but it's not, because you try and shoot them, a lot of the time it hits the wall that's not even there, which does suck. Quite a lot. Though it is not very good against mutants. I spawned them in and they were able to take out the wall very quickly. But this is the same for any wall. If you haven't got that defensive wall reinforcement on it, it's going to be a nightmare to defend. This is one of those walls that looks better than it actually is. Though most defense is like that in this game, because they can hit through walls and you need a way to hit enemies on the other side. Now, while editing this video, I did come up with an idea that might be quite good, and it's going to be a very practical wall, but it probably won't look that good. Though thinking about it now, it's going to be quite difficult to try and make it work when defensive walls just want to align with the ground, because you really need a way to be able to stand up on top of a wall and shoot down. That's what you really need. Now here's the mechanic kind of explain going sideways. If you go sideways, it might work a bit better. Actually, So as I'm speaking, I've got another idea for this wall that will actually make it work, I think. So I'll have to double check it. It's amazing the ideas you come up with while you're recording. That's what you get when you always improvise every recording you do. In all seriousness, I think I've got about 5 scripts for every video I've done, and I've got about 300 videos, so improvise, friends. It's the best way to do it. I don't recommend using this wall for proper defense unless you've got building destruction mode off. So yeah, though if you think the wall looks terrible, then it's even more of a bonus. You don't have to worry about building it at all. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers.